Hello all, today I am taking a look at Kutna Hora, the city of silver. Now this is a 2 to 4 player game. My games have typically taken about 2 to 2.5 hours, and it's that sort of upper medium complexity game. So we are heading to the Kutna Hora city of silver here. We're trying to build development out here with these host of buildings. We've got public buildings and various types of guilds, and depending on your starting setup, you'll have this card here, and depending on the player count, you will be drafting these and you'll be placing them on your player board, and you get to pick which rows they're going to go in, which is massive because it determines which houses you're targeting to get certain bonuses and how your production is going up there as well. So you are going to begin the game with these action tokens, or action cards should I say, and you're going to be picking on your turn 2 actions, and each card has got a top and a bottom. So are you going to forgo? You're going to have to forgo one of these and pick one of them. So let's just say we are going to go with the right action. So we play this card, we're doing the top action, we are forgoing the income. So we are going to take one of these tiles. That's what right is. It's acquiring one of these buildings and placing it above your player board. The cost then, this row is 1 coin. This row is going to cost us one of these scribes, which is currently priced at 4. So 1 times the 4 is 4 money. 2 times the 4 is 8 money here. And eventually these are going to come out and you are going to have this column in play as well. So maybe we want to take this one. We're going to pay 1 coin. We put it above our player board there. And then you cycle that particular building type through. So these are becoming more available. That was one action. What else can we do? Maybe we want to go and put a plot token out. So we're going to play this one. And you can see it says the first initial one is going to cost you 5 money. And thereafter, once one building has been placed out by any player, you have to build adjacent to any of the buildings out there, and the cost is determined by the building, and it will say on it. So we play a plot. We take from left to right one of these plot tokens, and as you take more out, you can see there's going to be the potential at the end of the round to place tax. So our first one, maybe we're going to go here, 5 money paid. Now your starting money is depicted on the board here, 40 for first player, working down to 43 money for the 4th player. So we've got a plot there. Now that was our 2 actions done. The next player goes, they do their 2 actions, and then it comes all the way back around, and you get to pick another 2 actions. What are we going to go for then? We're going to go for some building here. So we place this card down. We've got a building that we'd attain through the rights, and we're going to put this on this landmass here. This is our plot. So we take our plot token back and we repopulate that one. And this building then, so it's going to cost us 4 wood. The price of wood at the moment is 2, and these are fascinating, folks. These price boards here, as things get built, these are going to go to the right. As population increases, you're going to be moving these cards, and basically the more population there is, the more demand there is for things, and as you build more buildings, you're supplying more, which is going to have this fascinating impact on the price fluctuation throughout the game. So we've placed this one down. What's it actually going to do then? You are going to increase free production on your silver. So our silver's on this row, we go up to 3 there, and we're equally telling us we're going to move 1 to the right on that pricing board. So we take the board and we move this 1. So the price has gone from 3 on ore and 4 on silver now to 5 on ore and 2 on silver. And this red cross means no one can build any more of this type of building unless that red cross has gone. And that will occur when these cards cycle through. We're also going to flip this over, and we're going to place a building from the matching row of our guild onto here, and we're going to get this immediate bonus here, which is take one of the public buildings without paying the rights cost. So maybe we're going to go for this one here. We put that at the top, and equally you still have to cycle these through if you take one. So that was a building. Lovely. What else can we do then? We can go and mine. Now mining is all about this section at the bottom. Now, depending on the technology level, currently we have got these upside down, but when you see this top little symbol, that's going to determine how many mining tiles you can acquire. So at the moment it's 1. You take the top one, you look at it, and you're going to be popping it down. At the moment we've got these little ladders that cost us 2 wood, and they're the entrances. So 2 wood required. The current price of wood is 2. 2 times the 2 is 4. Now you need an available miner. So these are all your miners in your stock. It's going to cost you 1 scribe in. You can see the cost is 4 at the moment, and that may fluctuate throughout the game. So we're going to place this miner on here, and you apply the effects, which in this case is a 1 card cycled through on the population, 1 on the ore, and we are going at 1 production on our ore. So this symbol means all your production from mining, and this particular one is the ore. That's when you build the buildings through the guild. So we place this down here, we've got our miner on it, we're going to cycle 1 through here. Now typically if you see an asterisk, well if you do see one, that means the price has changed. So wood is now gone up to 3 because there's more population there, more demand for it. We're also going to go 1 up on the ore here. And you can see the prices have gone more expensive, and we've gone up 1 down here on our ore production. So that was mining. You've got St. Barbara action, which is where when you acquire these pelican tokens, which typically you're acquiring through locations on the public buildings, and this allows you on your turn to spend it. And you've got all these locations here. So you're working your way from left to right, from the bottom, and then left to right on the top. And eventually you'll get to this top bit here. And they're just a host of bonuses. You get a reputation, a free rights action, letting you get buildings out and you're moving production. Well, discarding buildings. You've got double income for losing reputation. So loads of juicy things there. At the top, you've got 5 VPs, and it just cycles through with 2 reputation there. Now, as you get reputation, you can see you start on 0. You're going to be going up here. There's points at the end of the game, depending on your location, or even negative points. If you're in this little zone, you can place 1 of these plot tokens at the cost of 1. You can ignore the costs of adjacent buildings. When you get into here, you can place your joker down without paying the reputation cost, and that is the last action, the joker, which is just here. So normally when you play this card, you're going to have to pay 1 reputation, and this can mimic any other action. So which actions you pick is massive. Maybe, you know, we went for, well, what did we go for? We went for rights, we went for a plot, and then we went for a mine, and we went for a build. And if that was the case, you're like, right, I needed to maybe get another right, and I've got no more income. But with the joker, you could copy that income and get loads of money. So how does income work? And we haven't even gone through that one. Income is where you look at all your produce, and we've got 1 ore at the moment. So 1 times the current price of 4, we are getting 4 money. We have got 3 silver, 3 times the 3 is 9. Add that all together and you get all that money, and that is your income. So once you've done 2 actions, your opponent does 2 actions, it comes back to you, do another 2 actions, and it goes to your opponent, and then eventually you'll have 2 cards left, and you can just do 1 more action. So you'll have 5 actions in a round. The round is finished, you move this on, you pay your taxes as well before you move it on, and this can go up depending on these events. Now, these are really great, these events. They're used in a 2-player game as a must. You can use them in a 3-4-player game just to spice things up a lot. That'll be revealed. Now, when you do pay your taxes, it's your choice. You can either pay tax, or you can go down 1 with your reputation, which is going to be costly. You really want to get up here and get those VPs and some of those nice perks as well. As you go through the rounds, after round 3, these are going to come into play, and they're going to come down here and give you more options with the patricians. Eventually in these final 3 rounds, there's the option to score these patricians. Now how they work is when someone builds a public building and they do not put their house on, which is key. Instead, you're tending to get more of the synergy symbols, and there's some nice perks in there like pelican tokens and discarding houses, whatever it may be. But each one of these has a different colour, and that colour patrician will come into the market area. And only when a player does the income action, and it reminds you nicely on here, can any player pay 10 money, and they can put 1 of these patrician tokens into the matching colour. And these are going to score you VPs in the last 3 rounds. This one here is all about public buildings and being adjacent to them. This one is about having sets of 2 pelican tokens. This one is about having your mining and one of your miners in each row. And finally having columns emptied out on your player board. And they score some nice points as well, and they can be improved by more patricians there and give you better multipliers. As you get to round 6, you play out like normal, and then you do all endgame scoring. So what have we got then? You're going to get 1 victory point for each adjacent symbol to your locations. Now, you're going to have more buildings out here, folks. Let's just check a few out. And let's say, you know, at the moment here, you are going to look at a building, your colour, silver. Is there any silver symbols next to you? No. Blue. Is there any blue icons next to them? No. Or yellow. So we've done rather poorly there. But let's just say we go for, I'm trying to find one of the red on. Here we go. So let's say this is the case here, and blue's on there. Blue's going to score 1 point for this matching symbol. So you can see you want to get close to some of those symbols to improve your victory points. You then going to look at your mines. Now, we've got barely any out there, so let's go and plonk a few out. Now, I should say, when people come to mine in future, you can go on the starting location. So let's say the orange has gone here, and then you have to go either to the sides or below any existing mines, and the cost is the wood there. So at the moment, 1 or 2 wood, and the cost is 3 per wood. So free money to go here. You place this down, we put our miner on there, and gradually you're going to be getting stars. Now, as you go further down, you can see some have 3 stars, and there's a host of things like VPs, cycling through the ore deck, actually gaining more production. So yeah, loads to look out for. But eventually, you're going to sort of add up how many stars are on each row. So at the moment, row 1 has got 1 star. That's in this bracket here, and it's going to score 2 points for whoever has the most stars in the row. That's orange. In this row, there's 3 stars, but no player has any, so they can't participate. In this row, there's 4 stars, blue has 3 of them, so they are in this category and getting 4 points. So you add up all the points for that. You are then going to get 1 point for each 10 money you have in the last income phase. So all your produce, you figure out how much money, divided by 10, that's your VPs. You then look at your reputation, there's points on here, or even negative points. These ones you score throughout the game as you get those points there. And then you get 1 point for each unbuilt building, the plot tokens that you may not have utilised, or any pelican tokens that are remaining that haven't been used. And whoever has the most points is the winner. What a fascinating game, folks, in your first few plays. There's just lots going on. You have to really be mindful of the tax because, you know, if you run out of money and you have to take the reputation loss, you do not want to be going down this track. The opening draft as well of this card, you know, which guild are you going to go for? Where are you going to put those in which row? Because, you know, determines the bonuses you're targeting. You know, more reputation can get you these. More pelican tokens can allow you to target St. Barbara's. And as you go up, you know, there's some really powerful benefits there. Maybe you want to acquire those public buildings without getting the rights. So you've also got these sort of price fluctuation boards, which, boy, I've not seen this in any other game. You know, as the, you know, prices, more buildings are out, the supply goes down, and all of a sudden, it's almost this dissatisfaction. You've built this building, you've got more produce, but the prices have come down. So you're waiting for, you know, more population and cycle through here, and, you know, then those prices go up. The ore and the silver and how that, you know, it's just very interesting, the interplay between the resources in the game and who's built what. And you can have situations where certain players who have the guild for maybe wood and they're just not building wood, and the cost of it's going up and it's costing you like 40, 50, 60 money in some of my games to just build something on the board. And typically, yep, there's a load of nice points for synergies there, and they're generally the path to victory is getting those buildings out, getting you more production, more income. You know, in terms of the petitions, I've never scored that many points there. People generally, you know, reluctant to pay the 10 money because it benefits everyone. If you've put, you know, some petitions here, then everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to get in on that action and start building loads of miners here. Equally, the mining has never felt that strong to me because, you know, sometimes you have to go down that route depending on your guild, and you've got like 6 stars and someone else has just got 1, and you're getting like 4 points and they've just got 1 point anyway. So the differentiation between this and the rest of the game, I'm not not quite sure, I really like these cards at the top. They help mix it up for a 2-player game and a 3-player if you want to, spice things up a little bit. And 2-player works fine. 3-player, excellent. Have yet to try 4-player. I'm really looking forward to that. And you flip this board over and there's a 3-4-player setup with a bigger player area here as well. So just lots of different things to like. Keeps you engaged. Gradually, as you play more and more, you're still trying to figure out this game and how I can manipulate these prices and how I can manipulate the synergies to make the most. It just keeps you on edge as you try and figure it all out, and it's just so much to think about. But it is really smooth from round to round. It's not that complex. It's very rinse and repeat, and just making those little tiny crunchy decisions to edge ahead. Lots to like here. That's Kutna Hora. Enjoy.